That's my celebration. No
Hey.
Rashford, no come to the Emirates, start doing that. Yeah, I don't know what it means, but Saka did it too.
You don't know what this means. You don't know what this means
Wait,
anymore. It means focus. It means focus. That's why it's doing it. It means
that's not
focus.
that's not
Saka and
that's not why
Eddie
That's
were
just
Rashford's
what
both.
it
doing
means.
it,
It
man.
just means focus. That's all it means. It literally means focus. That's what he's doing. Welcome to the Everyday Fans. Guys, we have a new gentleman on the show with us today. But before we get to that, I want to welcome all of our regular people. Welcome to another episode of Everyday Fans after an absolutely mad weekend of football. My name is Chris. I've got the regulars with me. We've got Puz, we got Sim,
Yo,
and now we're going to introduce the new guy. We got Messi on the show. Messi, tell everyone how you're doing,
big
man,
up, big
especially
up,
after
big
that
up.
result.
I'm good, man. I'm elated, to be honest. Like, it was, I don't know. Obviously, I don't know how everyone else grew up, but United's the big game for me. Like,
Yeah,
we know about the Tottenham
Yeah,
rivalry,
we're all
but I've always
you
it's
went
always been
screaming.
United for me. Yeah, that's it. I'm happy. What can I say?
We're all
We
90s
owe
babies here, so this
we
was the
owe
big one.
Yeah, so to me, it was a good result. Happy to be here. Happy to be on the show. I know it's been a little minute, so it's
Yeah, boy.
I've been trying to go on and little things and that, but yeah, good to be here. Happy to be here for sure.
Excellent. Well, we are more than welcome. Thank you for joining us. We are very, very honored to have you here. Puz, you have not stopped grinning since you've come on camera, bro. We're going to start with you. Let's get your reaction to the big game, my friend. What did you think?
Don't even care what I think. All the United fans are ducking the fade. I got so many phone calls before this match, yeah.
From who?
We're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, we're gonna come a milli rock at the Emirates.
Name them.
Bro,
Name them. What idiot's doing
no one's
that?
picking up their phone. No one.
Ring me.
No one.
Ring
You're not
me.
disgraceful, Chris.
Ring me. I'm right
You
here.
are absolutely disgraceful.
Disgraceful. You see this? This is why I didn't want to come on the
Disgraceful.
flipping channel. See this
But
name
you know
calling
what?
here. Disgraceful.
It was a great game. It was a great game. I don't think we should have let United score two. Ramsdale made an error for it to get to 2-2, but for the neutrals, it would have been an excellent game. I was stressing, I can't even lie to you. I was anxious for the whole 90 minutes. And then when Nketiah scored, I still waited until VAR got the decision right before I celebrated. And I started shouting around my yard. I waited.
I can see he's waiting patiently and quietly in the corner. Look at him there with his little hat. Go on, Tim.
As I
Go on, Tim.
off camera, I was saying to you, it gave me that old school rival feeling back between Man United
Yeah.
and Arsenal.
It did.
To be fair, we haven't had that type of rivalry, well, that feeling of that rivalry in a very long time, because both of our teams haven't really been doing good of recent, to be fair. However, when I woke up this morning, I had butterflies in my stomach. Believe it or not, I had butterflies in my stomach. So for me,
Brilliant.
happy with the result. But as I said, I was just happy. I think it was one of the best games of the season so far. If you're talking from a neutral, definitely one of the best games so far. But obviously the boys came up.
The game versus Liverpool was nice as well, at the Emirates.
Nah, I think this one was because of
It means more.
what it meant. Yeah, as Messi said, what it meant. I think this was what was.
So Messi, I'm going to come to you. Tell me where Arsenal won that game. You break it down for me. How did Arsenal control the game? Where did they win that game?
So for me, I think with these games, when you look at games amongst the top teams, it's a mixture. So it's a mixture of phases of play and moments. And I think what Arsenal were able to do we were able to affect the phases of play. So the midfield, I would say, was the key battle which we won. If you look at Partey, Xhaka, and Ødegaard, I think they controlled the game and were able to dominate, and particularly Zinchenko as well, because when he comes in, he creates a quartet. And those four, I think, were very, very good today. I think we dominated the midfield. We dominated the phases of play in terms of, I think what United were, and I will say this as well, I think Ten Hag is going to be very, very good for United long term, just in regards to the structure in which they play in now. But I think what they were struggling with was we was able to beat their press and beat their shape and move it from one side to the other quite seamlessly, and that was where we were getting a lot of the joy. So I think midfield was important, and in terms of when I say moments, it's two things. I think obviously there was moments in the game where we were able to capitalize on when we were playing well, but I think also we bounced back from United's moments. So when Rashford scored, obviously it was kind of against the run of play, but you could see United were in a decent shape and it was starting to look dangerous. But I think we bounced back well. Your other goal, again, it was against the run of play, but we were able to kind of bounce back from those moments and just show our quality. So I think ultimately, I think those are the two areas in which we dominate. Obviously, we could look at Saka. Obviously, you know, he had Shaw on toast pretty much the whole game. But
all game.
It's moments, and then obviously those phases of play, and I think that's what won us the game.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Mess. That's absolute brilliant analysis, and well, I mean, you guys brought this guy onto the channel earlier, man. I can see people popping off in the comments saying, "Wow, Mess with an excellent analysis." Sim, talk to me. Where did the game win there? Where did you lot win that game?
I think you saw two teams that, one, you can see the beginning of their process and you can see what the coach is trying to do. And you can see another coach that's already got his players and already knows what type of football he's going to play throughout his duration of being the coach at Arsenal. So for me, coming from an Arsenal fan to Man United fans, I can't lie. I was very impressed by Ten Hag, how he set up today. I feel that, especially with the absence of Casemiro, you lot played a very good game because as much... No, wait. I know you're going off camera. Wait. As much we had a lot of the possession, I feel like you lot was way more clinical than us. I think he was way more clinical than us. I just feel that...
I don't remember Ramsdale making saves. I remember De Gea making two crucial saves.
No. Remember Ramsdale made a save from what's that Scottish guy's name?
McTominay.
And when Rashford was cutting, I think it was the first half of the... Well, it was the first couple.
Yeah, he got through Tomiyasu and Saliba and got a shot off.
Yes, yeah. When Rashford was kind of doing a jinking run and he got a shot off. Yeah. But for me personally, as United fans, you've got nothing to be ashamed of today. I feel that obviously you're playing against the top of the table. So you had nothing to be ashamed of. But one person I want to give a shout out, and Messi mentioned him, Zinchenko. I got to give it to him. I feel he's one of the best left backs in the league right now. That whole quartet thing, he's got that on smash.
Bro, that's not even left back. He just drifts into midfield.
That's why I say.
And he just starts linking up the play. But, and the thing is, remember, I said it in the group. Ten Hag doesn't have an answer for Zinchenko. He's just doing whatever he wants.
I think
he was literally doing whatever he wants all game.
I think a lot of teams don't have an answer for him.
Yeah, I think if you look at how, and obviously it started with Pep in the way that they've kind of transformed what the left back is, and even the right back at times as well. But I think what Zinchenko has been able to do now, the license that he's been given, it's just a nightmare matchup because I think teams don't know whether to drop in and make four midfielders themselves, or do they leave somebody out wide to try and exploit the space? But I think what he does is he just gives us so much control. And the control we've shown is that defensively, if we have more control over the game in general, then defensively we'll be fine because it means that we have the ball for longer periods. We're able to attack in longer periods. So even when they defend him, or I mean, they counter attack in a way, normally they're tired because we're able to obviously control the key areas of the pitch.
Knows the fundamental thing about what you're saying. As you said, we have the ball from duration of the time. However, we've got two young centre backs. So even when they counter, because they've been playing tiki-taka, they've got the energy to run back.
They got pace. Sorry, they got pace.
Yeah. So
you can play a high line when you got pace.
Yeah.
Pause. Talk to me. So we've heard praise for Zinchenko. We've heard about a good midfield. What were your thoughts on the game? Where do you think Arsenal won the game? Where do you think you hurt United?
Trouble. literally, the guys just said it. I think it was Zinchenko. Zinchenko made a big difference today. Him coming into midfield, he just controlled the whole midfield. But Bruno Fernandes, I don't know where he was today. Did he play?
No,
Bruno
played. He played.
Bruno played.
Nah, no.
Scott McTominay. Apart from the shot Scott McTominay had.
Guys, in his defense,
You lot let me deal with United, yeah? I'm going to come to United. You lot let me deal with United.
No, do you know what? I think, as we've seen all season, Arteta got his tactics again spot on. Like, I can't believe these are the same players from last season. Because when you deep it, apart from who's new? Saliba. Who's new? These are the same players from last season. I don't know what he's done. It's a mentality change, complete mentality change in a whole, like every single player. It looks like they actually know how to play football now, like a pep team.
Yeah.
And do you know what?
You can tell a coach. You can tell they've been coached. You can tell
they've been coached properly. Yeah. I'm not going to start jumping out the window yet until we play those 2 games versus City. Like, I'm not. I'm just going to enjoy it for now.
Yeah.
When we come up against Haaland, then I can start saying, yeah, boom, this is our ceiling this season, isn't it? But
we showed you what to do against Haaland and City anyway.
Sorry?
We showed you what to do against City. It's not a big deal.
Hear that, but I think they're pissed off now still. I think you don't pissed them off. You don't pissed them off still.
Yeah, so we battered Wolves today with a hat-trick, yeah.
Yeah.
Let me come on to United. I'm very proud. I think we've shown massive progress. I think last year. Oh, you're killing me. Oh. I think from where we were last year, finishing the lowest crappiest Man United team ever. I think if we'd have had that same team, you lot would have battered us 5-0. I'm happy with the progress. The start of the season, I wanted top 4. I wasn't challenging for the league. I'm not one of these guys that got carried away. I think it's very easy where the game was won today. It was in midfield. I think Arsenal have the best midfield in the league. I think Odegaard, Xhaka and Partey is the best midfield in the league. I think very closely followed by Gundogan, Kevin De Bruyne and Rodri. However, the points don't lie. Xhaka, Odegaard and Partey have been immense this season. I don't know what Partey did if he went to the spare legs part shop and got himself some new legs because he's been injury free for most of the season. So it's been brilliant. And what you guys can do is you can control phases like Messi said, but more phases is more waves. When you've got 11 players camped on the edge in the half, you've got Saliba and Gabriel pushed up to the halfway line, the ball can't come out. And Odegaard for me, I know you lot have highlighted Zinchenko. I think man of the match today for me was Odegaard. More through balls than any other player on the pitch. More touches than any other player on the pitch by about 7 touches as well. And more take-ons. Now, that's not usually his game. He's usually pop off, receive, go and go. But he actually had 5 take-ons today. He was immense. He was all over the place. And the main reason why you guys won that game is because, yes, you're right. We did not have Casemiro. He makes the biggest difference. Puz,
he does,
McSauce is terrible. He is not a midfielder. I was going on to my Man United group today in the chat, and everyone's telling me, oh, McTominay, Eriksen, Bruno, McTominay, Fred, and whatever. And I'm just like this. Are you guys seriously going to put McTominay, Eriksen and Bruno against the 3 best midfielders in the league? We're not going to touch the ball. Bruno didn't touch the ball. McTominay didn't touch the ball. McTominay has this thing as a CDM where when Martinez, Maguire, Lindelof, doesn't matter who your back 4 is, when they have the ball, Casemiro shows for the ball. He drops between the strikers. He receives the ball. McTominay hides. I watch him all the time. He does not make the passing lane clear. He hides. His first touch is terrible. His awareness is terrible. He did nothing today. He didn't even get a yellow card, break up play, do something. He was terrible. Eriksen's a luxury player. Yeah. Eriksen will move the ball nicely, but he's not an enforcer. I don't know why Fred didn't start. We needed Fred. And even if, fine, 2-2, the game's tight, bring Fred on earlier, not at 70 minutes. I'm going to get onto Erik ten Hag for that. Fred needed to come on a lot earlier. I thought he brought on Fred
for to start just man marking Zinchenko because he was just running riot.
No, Fred got brought on to help Luke Shaw over on Saka.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
And
double up on Saka.
And it worked, and it was absolutely fine. Zinchenko for me, because Saka after that didn't have a huge influence on the game, but then obviously they kept switching it to the other side. So we nullified the game, but at the end of the day, for 20 minutes, we were in our own box. 20 minutes. The goal was coming. You could see it. 20 minutes, we couldn't get out. Weghorst was done. Rashford was done. Bruno was done. And this is exactly what happened the other day against when we drew 1-1 to Crystal Palace.
Yep.
We drop deep, we invite pressure, and eventually you're going to get that goal. And it just shows. And here's where I'm going to get onto Arsenal just a little bit, but not so much Arsenal. I'm going to get onto Arsenal's. But then again, you're not bored. You've brought in players. Fucking hell. I was going to say they've backed him. You've got Trossard and you brought in that centre back. So it's looking good. It's looking good. Man United, we don't have that. At the moment.
Not yet. We need another midfielder, man.
We need a midfielder. We need a cover for Partey.
Or a striker at least.
Well, fair enough.
I think our attacking threats will be enough, but it's that cover for Partey, man. I thought with Partey.
You know what's crazy? I never knew how intelligent Partey was.
No,
He's
but
an intelligent player. So intelligent.
I keep on saying to a lot of football fans, Partey didn't play that number 6 role at Atletico.
He wasn't. He was more box to box. He was number 8. Koke played number 6. Koke played number 6.
So
and Rodri before him.
He's always had that intelligence to kind of play that type of football, as in pop it off, make space, switch it over.
I think Partey's biggest improvement is he stayed injury free. That's the biggest problem. When Partey's played in the past, you get 3 games out of him, then he's out for a month.
Yeah, that was the issue. And he's a player that he takes a couple of games.
He needs a run of games.
Yeah,
he needs a run of games.
As soon as he does, he was getting injured again. I think that was his biggest issue.
I think getting on to what Messi said, when you're controlling the game in a certain way, you're not actually using that much energy, and you're not actually concentrating too much. So it allows players to stay fitter for longer. And I think that's the one issue Arsenal could face, although you've brought in a couple of players, so you might be okay, is squad depth. Because we are massively struggling. Obviously Casemiro was a big miss, but the biggest miss for me, and a lot of people won't talk about this, is one of them is Anthony Martial. A lot of people get onto Martial because of he's not scoring goals, right? But what Martial does, not to say that Weghorst was bad today, because I thought Weghorst was really good today. He held the ball up, he popped it off.
Chris, that Anthony guy is flipping terrible, bro. Bro.
I'm prepared to give him time. Anthony, when he played against you guys the first time round, I'm prepared to give him time. At the end of the day, he's 22 years old.
It was his first game, man.
He's 22 years old, 85 mil. Everyone's expecting him to come on and be Vinicius Jr. He's not. No, yeah, but you say that. You say that. Hear me out. His first season, 18 games. 19 games. 6 goals, 3 assists. So his stats are not bad. That's what I'm trying to tell you. He's not shit. He's not terrible. He's not 85 mil.
Those are Pepe stats, man. Those are Pepe.
No, they're not. Pepe did not get 6 goals in his first 20 games.
He got.
He might have, you know. Do you know what it is with Pepe? Not in his first 20, but Pepe's numbers were always good. It's just that I think it's just everything else. If I'm honest, and I think the problem you're gonna have with Anthony is you have such a goal threat with Rashford. Because Weghorst was actually quite good today in terms of his general,
very good
touches, his hold up play, everything he's pressing was all good. What you need, and even if you bring in, obviously there was links with Kane, unless you bring in someone like an Osimhen or someone like that who actually creates on their own, the issue you're gonna have with Anthony is that he doesn't actually take players on and create chances by himself. He's good in terms of his interlinking and stuff like that at times. But he doesn't create moments in terms of taking players on. He doesn't look quick. He didn't look quick today. I was a bit surprised. I don't know if you remember the time when he had a chance and Partey just caught him, and I was a bit like, wow. And I just think he needs to be able to.
He almost looked injured. That run looked laboured.
He needs to be able to provide
something. The Prem is a bit quicker for him because he was doing that all the time at Ajax.
I don't even think it's just the Prem. I think it's like the physicality in terms of his pace, and I just think he needs to commit more. I think it's more in terms of he doesn't look like he's committing to take players on. He kind of wants to jinx, and it's just not working.
Let's put the elephant in the room. He doesn't have a right foot, which is not good. He will not go on his right foot. So look, when you look at Saka is dangerous when he cuts inside, but Saka can go on the outside as well. Yeah. Saka can link it up, and that's what you need. You need to be able to go in and out and switch it up. What I'm trying to say is, it's 5 months. That's what I'm trying to say.
I get you.
We're as fans, we're fickle, innit? And I'm prepared to give him a season or two.
Not, man. We're not, bro. He's 22, man. He's 22, 85 mil. I don't care about no 5
No,
You see what I'm trying to say? You see what I'm trying to say? That's unbelievable.
No, but that's not fickle. That's not. How's that fickle?
No, wait. Pause. Let me land.
No, but Puz.
Wait.
Puz, what are you expecting? I don't understand. Look at Almiron. Almiron cost Newcastle 23 million pounds. Hear me out. Almiron cost 23 mil, right? Came in, he's been at Newcastle. People think he's he's been at Newcastle for 4 seasons. This is the first season he's showing. He's got better stats than all of us we've just named. He's got the best stats of any right-sided player in the league. It's taken him 3 seasons. So I don't understand what you're trying to say. Some players take longer. Yes, we talk about managers and styles. Almiron's numbers are brilliant.
I will stop you there. One thing I would say, and I think a lot of people or a lot of football fans are prisoners of the moment. I think when you hear 85 million, you're essentially thinking he's ready to go. He's good to go. So I feel like a lot of United fans, especially, you didn't realize he was buying potential. And I feel like with
I did. Yeah.
You've got to give him an adaptation period.
You've got to give him time.
You've got to give them a season and a half to adapt at least. Yeah. That's what I think.
I think the positive thing about Anthony, there's 2 things that I think are good about him. He works off the ball. So defensively, he works his arse off.
Yeah.
And he has personality. Like in terms of he looks like he wants the moment. Like, he looks like he wants the moment. And that's kind of what you need to play at a club like United.
Arrogance.
The issue, the arrogant and just more the personality. Like you was talking about McTominay, and it's a very good point. Like in this country, everyone talks about bravery and they talk about putting in a shift, challenges, like
doing the doggies,
standing up to be counted. But part of being brave is also wanting the ball in tight areas, wanting the ball in moments, and actually being brave enough to say, I'm going to take the ball under pressure and I'm going to either turn out or I'm going to pick a pass that opens up the whole game. And I think that when you have that bravery in terms of Anthony, I guess from that bit, it's about he will take on a challenge to try and create something. My issue at the moment is that he isn't. And that it's only so long that you can just not create and not do things before people start asking questions when you come. Because ultimately we know, although you're buying potential, there's an expectation with the price tag. It's like Mudryk, if he would have come to Arsenal,
I agree with you.
It's the expectation. And I think that's what Anthony needs to start to show, even though it is a level of expectation, like a level of kind of you're buying potential and the level of potential is there. He needs to show enough to say, all right, cool. I'm not a £100 million player now or 85 million player now, but I'm at least a 40-50 million pound player now in terms of the output that I'm giving. And I think he's not showing that yet for me.
Fair enough. For me, I was happy if in my head, collection of 15 goals and assists this season for Anthony. That's what I had in my head. When he came in, all competitions, that's a mixture of 15 goals, whether that's 7 assists, 7 goals, 7 whatever, And so far, he looks like he's going to produce those numbers. Now, the reason why I said that, he came in from Ajax, not from Germany, not from another big league, from Ajax, 21 years old. I'm just going to give him time. Don't get me wrong. If we were set halfway through second season, Messi, I'd be exactly where you are. I'd be like, right, I need to see a lot more. But I've got time. I just think the whole team in a lot of ways building and transitioning. So one thing he has got is, like you say, he does work hard off the ball, and I think that's one of the reasons why ETH brought him in. I just want to expand it now a little bit. You lot said that Saka had Shaw on toast. I don't know.
He did.
Sometimes today he was running like a dog.
Sometimes it's not even just about did he roast him, did he burn him? The positions that Saka was able to take up because Shaw was backing off so much. He could just pick a pass. So sometimes if somebody's backing off you like that to the point where you can be in the box and pick what you want to do, he doesn't need to. He doesn't.
He's in his head. He's in his head.
He's in his head. It was clear, And that's why I say
Do you
had him
think
on
that comes
post.
from the England setup? Like he's gone up against him so many times and he's
I think
beaten
they
him
just,
so many times.
I think they just know. I think they just know that Saka's a problem. And the thing is with Saka, he finds it, and I think Martinelli has to improve in this. He looked good today at this actually, which I was quite impressed with. Saka finds a way to be effective in games. So even if one-on-one the player's doing well, he will find a way. Like I don't know if you've been noticing now.
That's his ability.
That when
according to the game. According
so
to
when you
that's his ability. He changes his ability according to the game.
He finds a way. He's effective in every single game he plays in. He is. He's
so
effective.
If you watch, I don't know if you've been noticing, but I think it was a game. Do you know what? I think it was against Cucurella. But what was happening is when Saka was receiving the ball, he was receiving the ball to feet, and immediately Cucurella was just on his arse. Like it was literally, he was touch tight immediately, and he was struggling. And what was starting to happen was Ben White and Arteta, this is probably Arteta as well. But what they found is that if Saka receives the ball on the move, it was more difficult for them to keep on the hold of him. So what they was doing was the kind of passing infield a little bit, and Saka would run onto the ball as opposed to receiving it from feet. And it's those little things in the game where I think Saka's improved to the point where he can understand what the game needs. And that's why I think he's world class now. Like he finds a way, whatever he needs to do to improve. I think he is.
I Messi, I'm with you, bro.
Like, do you know what it is? Do you know what it is? You're a logical guy, right? In every level that Saka has played in, he's excelled. In every level, at every level of football, he's not only stepped up, but he's excelled. He's excelled at. He excelled at in Prem level.
There's two signs for me. There's two signs of world class for me. One, you're top 5 in that position in the world.
Yeah.
And if you're talking elite world class, you're top 3. And number one,
right wing. How many do you
number two, you can walk into any team on the planet. Okay, now, is he walking into PSG's team?
What, except for Messi? Okay.
Yeah, but PSG's
okay.
front three. He's PSG's
Okay,
front
all right,
three,
cool. No, you said world class. Okay, cool. I'll keep going. Is he walking into Manchester City's team?
Yes,
I think he plays. I think he plays.
No, I think Mahrez plays. I think Mahrez plays. I'm not saying Mahrez is a better player, but what I'm saying is, if Saka goes to City tomorrow, does he start over Mahrez? No.
Yes,
does Mahrez start every game for City?
At the moment, yeah.
No,
he's their best player.
And this is where this is where things become subjective. Mahrez hasn't started this season well. He's in a purple patch right now.
Don't get me wrong.
For the start of the season,
he hasn't been well.
Saka has been more consistent than Mahrez
over the season. Correct. You're right.
And if you look at the way City play, who plays on the right? You maybe say Mahrez, Bernardo Silva, sometimes Foden, sometimes. Saka's shown to me, in my opinion, that he's been more consistent than Foden on a consistent basis. I'm more consistent than Mahrez. So personally,
there was a time where I thought Sancho and Foden were better than Saka.
I agree. No. You lot, I agree.
Easy on the eye all the time.
Hear me out.
African tech.
There's more to it. Is Saka in a better form? Yes. Is he, I think, got a much higher ceiling than Mahrez? Yes. All of those things are true. I said, does he walk into City's team? The answer is no, because he is not their kind of system player. Saka's best attributes are taking players on at progressing the ball. They have a few players that can do that, but Pep doesn't like to do that on both sides. That's why they brought Grealish. So Grealish is that kind of player that will progress the ball forward. Don't like to do that on the right-hand side. Yeah, go on, Sim.
I think I disagree with you on that. That's why I feel like he's lacking this season, because they don't have a Saka / Sterling. Because where City was very effective last season is that, see, with Sterling, they could switch it to him. He could run. He could stretch a defense. He might not always beat them, but he will stretch the defense. See, with Mahrez, he always wants it to feet. So now I think a lot of people have clocked onto City where they just set their defense. They have to literally out pass teams to beat them. With Grealish as well.
Thank you. You've just made my point. That's why he doesn't make City's team. Okay, I'm going to go a step further. I'm going to go a step further. Does Saka walk into Real Madrid's team over Valverde?
For me, you could
Chris,
put Valverde in the middle.
Not
And he's not a winger.
Doesn't matter.
So it's a different,
I never said he's a winger. Doesn't matter. Plays out on the right hand
it's a
side.
different player. I say yes then. So I don't know.
No,
I don't know
he
what
doesn't
you
start for Real Madrid.
I think I say yes then.
Okay, I'm going to keep going. Guys, I'm going to keep going. I'm giving you...
And I disagree. No, but I also disagree in terms of the City point in that I think one thing that's very underrated from Saka, and I think that people, again, because I say he's got African tech, so I think what happens is people underestimate how good of a passer he is on the ball.
He's brilliant. Saka, he doesn't lose the ball. In terms of the passing and the play in terms of how Pep would play, which by the way is very similar to the way Arsenal play. Yes, correct.
Why would Saka not be able to adapt to that? And what evidence have you seen to show that he wouldn't be able to adapt to that?
Thank you. You've just again answered my question. I said, does he walk? Someone who's world class walks into the team and starts. Will Saka? I think he does. Can Saka go to City now, make his way into the team, and then probably be one of their most? Yes, he can.
I think he would.
Does he walk into that Chelsea team?
Does he walk into that team now? No. I've given. In my opinion, no. So, okay, cool. We've covered a few teams here. PSG, no. For me, City, no. For Real Madrid, no. Yes. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep going. Does he walk into Liverpool team? Hold on. I think right now he's better than Salah. Yes, I do. But you're not missing the Liverpool team. You're missing the.
He can play on the left as well. He walks in, but to answer your question, he does.
On the left as well, you know.
He does. There's not. They don't have. They don't have free forwards. They don't have free forwards better than Saka.
Okay. I'll agree with you. I think he could walk into the Liverpool team. Maybe. Okay, I'm going to keep going. Does he walk into Barcelona's team? Yes. No, he doesn't.
Yes, he does.
Okay,
he doesn't.
Who plays
I ain't even gonna lie, that Barcelona one is a bit techie still. Because
what's the black boy from France? What's the black boy from France? What's his name?
Dembele plays on the left. Saka can play on the right. Saka can play on the left.
Dembele stays on the right. Okay,
they don't have free forwards. They don't have free forwards better than Saka at Barcelona. They don't. And I think what we do.
It's not Dembele and Rafinha. It's not Lewandowski. It's not Gabi. It's not Gabi. It's not none of them. Saka's better than all of them.
None of them are better than Saka. Dembele has a very strong argument to say that he's better than Saka. Everyone else knows.
Messi, did you just hear what you just said? Saka's better than Dembele.
That's not what I said.
Dembele's just played in a World Cup final, mate. He's not better than Saka. No.
By the way, I didn't say that. What I said is.
Oh, apologies.
No, Sim said it, innit?
No, sorry. I didn't. No, Sim didn't say it.
No, wait.
I didn't say it either. I said.
My bad.
They don't have free forwards better than Saka, and I stand by that. You have Lewandowski, you have Dembele. Anyone else that they can play in that position is not better than Saka, and has not proven consistently that they're better than Saka. Even Rafinha. So the thing is with Rafinha's been poor since he's been there for one. But even at Leeds, he was very good, but he wasn't better than Saka at Leeds.
Nope.
Personally, in my opinion. Ansu Fati has not shown at a consistent basis that he can play better than Saka. Ferran Torres is not. Saka walks into that team. Like, again, and I think what it is, because it's an uncomfortable, it's like Saka world class, and immediately you go, no. But when you actually start to systematically look at teams,
when I deep it,
do they have free forwards? Yes.
When I deep it, I've looked at Saka's output this season, and I think he's one of, if not the most effective forward players in the league. Okay, I do not. He starts for me in England. I think he's one of our most effective forwards, and I don't disagree with anything that you're saying. But I really personally think we get so excited about our own players, and especially when they're English. We put these people on pedestals. Like, people are telling me right now, Rashford's world class. Rashford is not world class. He is not world class. People are thinking that he's had half a good season. Hear me out. In the summer, Sim, I'll let you go on, Sim. I'll come back to my point.
Go on.
In the summer, did his brother, who's his agent, not go to PSG to see if there was a deal that could be made? Why? Because we were prepared to let him go. Rashford had 2 shit seasons. 2, not 1. Two, Rashford's not been good since 2020, mate. Right?
But I guess the caveat to that with Saka is he's been player of the year the last 2 years for us.
No, but that's what I'm trying to say. Saka's been consistently good. Don't get me wrong. He's been consistently good. Saka's been good. He's been consistent. And I personally think he was put into the limelight way too early. Yeah. But he's actually stepped up the level. All I'm trying to say is this. The reason why Saka for me is not world class is because I don't think he's proven on the highest level. When Arsenal get into the Champions League next season, and I think he'll do this, by the way. I think he'll do this. When Arsenal get Champions League next season, and he's doing that against big boy teams, I'll be quiet.
The World Cup, though.
The World Cup's not the same. Messi, come on, man.
The World Cup's the highest level.
Chris, hold on, Messi. Chris,
it's not the highest level.
Do you not call the Premier League the best league in the world? You say that on a consistent basis, right? No,
I don't. I say it's the most physically demanding.
All right. So is Saka one of the best players in the Premier League?
He's top 5 right now. What are you lot talking about? Are you lot insane?
Was he one of the best players at the Euros and the World Cup? Was he one of the best players at the Euros and the World Cup for England? Come on, Chris. You know,
the answer is yes, but I say it begrudgingly because I think England. I don't think it's hard to be good for England. Fucking hell.
You just answered your own question.
You know what I'm trying to say, man. Like Rashford was good for England, but what are you gonna tell me that Rashford's class? Like what?
Wait, 1 minute. I get where you're trying to come from. I feel like, see what Messi is trying to say. I feel like he's on the road to world class right now. In order for him to cement that, he has to be playing in the Champions League consistently.
Thank you.
But prior to that, he has shown the consistency in all levels.
Agreed.
So for me, once we get into the Champions League and you see that consistency continue, you have to call him world class.
I will label him world class. Correct.
I personally disagree. I don't think he needs the Champions League as validation. Personally, but
what is that's the That's the pinnacle of domestic, let's say, competitions. When it comes to
let's all be honest now. Champions League is much higher level than the flipping World Cup. It is much higher level.
Wait. Hold on. So now you see why I said sorry, guys. Now you see why I said Champions League last week, right?
Yeah, fair enough. Nah, Messi, do you know why? You know why? I don't think I'll give you an example as well.
I think with Champions League, it's your draw, bro. It's your draw, you know.
But
when you start getting to the latter stages, Sim, it gets.
Let me give you a reason as to why. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why.
Wait.
We're not at time.
Go on, Sim.
You said the latter stages, yeah. Look at Liverpool when they faced Real Madrid last year in the final. Look at Liverpool's run. Look at Liverpool's run onto the Champions League final. Every team they played, they was
Salzburg and them, man.
Bro, every team they played, they was expected to beat. And when they went against Real Madrid, they lost. Look at Real Madrid's run. They had Man City. They had PSG.
Chelsea.
They had Chelsea. I even think they even had Bayern in that. And Juve in their group. Come on, man. It's the luck of the draw.
Nah, Real Madrid are just levels. That's what it is.
No. I say, look, Real Madrid are not levels.
I hear you. I will prove to you why the World Cup is nowhere near on the same level, right? Here's the first reason. No. Champions League is better than not better. Apologies. Champions League is a higher level than the World Cup. For number one,
obviously, but I don't think we're really arguing that, though, are we?
That's my point. So domestic football and Champions League and even the Prem to an extent is much faster than.
But you know what?
Much faster than the World Cup.
Don't worry, he's gonna come join you, man, in the Champions League next season, and show you lot levels. End the conversation. Done.
There you go. And the last thing I'm gonna make about the World Cup, the reason why the World Cup is below these standards is one reason. I talked about pace. I'm gonna cement that point now. Talking about pace, Harry Maguire looks good at the World Cup. I'm saying no more. Done. Finish. So don't talk to me.
Players, man.
We can't say in systems. We can bring any talk. We can bring everything into it. Harry Maguire is he represents Southgate's system, innit? So
thank you.
I'm not gonna say.